Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I'm going to say all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakbadash. Salute to the men out here teaching the fullness of the scriptures in these times, to the hopeful elect scattered abroad, unlike unto a speckled bird, tabernacle of King David, 144,000 mighty men. I look forward to your rulership in the kingdom to come, to the remnant, men, women, children. Shalom, right? Okay, once again, out here through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai to bring out the truth of the scriptures to the so-called blacks, Latino, Native American, and speckled bird Israelites that will be scattered into all nations. And so, with the situation going on over there, the over there with Iran and the United States and Israel and everything, what this is doing is exposing that those people are not the imposters. They are the imposters. They are not the people of the scriptures. They are not the people of the scriptures. And last week I couldn't. It was one scripture, and we start off with that one that I was thinking about last week, but I couldn't get it. Couldn't find it. It's Lamentations. Right? Because we read Zechariah 9 and 6, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. We read Luke 20, 21, 24. The Israel will be trotting down to the Gentiles to the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, right? We read those two, right? Lamentations 8:8. This is a perfect one, and it go with today's with the camp today too as well. And this was one, and I don't know how, so many scriptures be popping in my head, you know what I'm saying, that, once I start speaking and stuff like that. But Elder Malcolm, GMS Chicago will bring this one out all the time. Lamentations chapter 5 and 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. Our inheritance is turned to strangers. Our land, the land over there. These people do not supposed to be in the land though, in our land over there, man. They're not Israel. When the Lord comes, when his people return to the land, his people are going to dwell safely. And that's why they not dwelling safely. Even with an Iron Dome, even with the United States, the big bully of the world, the hammer of the whole earth protecting them. Even with that, the Lord said he going to wage war with Amalek from generation to generation. Even with the Iron Dome and the United States protecting them, Iran is giving them hell with $20,000 to $50,000 missiles and drones and stuff like that. They shooting one drone they putting up. They got to shoot $2 or $3 million missiles to shoot down that one particular drone or rocket they shoot. So it's costing the United States crazy money. But back to the point, even with the Iron Dome, even with the interceptor missiles that they got, the Patriot missiles, they was using those when I was over in the desert. They was using the Patriots when I was over. So they got the interceptor missiles, they got Patriot missiles, they got the Iron Dome, they got radars and all of that, and they still not protected because they don't supposed to be over them. Let's get some, because Israel will dwell safely. Scripture say Israel will dwell safely when they return. Jeremiah 23, 20 verse 6. That's all it's doing. The Lord exposing them, man. The Lord exposing them. The Lord is exposing them. Let's go Jeremiah 23 and 6. Behold, days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. In his days, they saying, oh, this is prophecy, this is the scriptures being fulfilled. Well, the scriptures say right here in Jeremiah 23:6, in his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, was brought up, and which led the seed, according to your father's seed and sperm, which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither he had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. Yeah, man. So the scriptures clearly say when Israel returned to the promised land, to their inheritance, when Israel is returned, the Lord is going to gather them from all countries, and he's going to return them over there to Israel, and they're going to dwell safely. Deuteronomy chapter 33, 28. Let's start at 26. Israel will dwell in safety. There is none like unto the Most High of Jeshurun. Let's see what Jeshurun is, right? That's Isaiah. I know it's also on Hosea 1 and 10. Let's see. It's Isaiah, I think, 44. Yeah, here you go. Isaiah 44:1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen, right? Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob. There's another scripture proving it. When the Lord's people is returned to the Holy Land over there, it will be of his work, of his action, of his doing, and Israel going to dwell safely. They ain't going to they not going to depend on no Iron Dome. When the Lord return his people to the land, you're not going to see them running with suitcases to the airport, scared in the airport, hiding in bunkers under the ground, scared under the ground, crying and this and this and that. I seen one dude so scared down there, they in the bunker down there, he shitted on himself. You should have seen him scrambling, man. Isaiah chapter 44:2. Thus saith the Lord that formed thee in the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. Yeah, that's another term, another way, a slang term, if you will, for saying in Jerusalem. Back to it. Yeah. Deuteronomy 33 and 26. There is none like unto the Most High of Jeshurun. We just read Israel, right? Who rideth upon the heaven in thy help, and in his excellency on the sky. The eternal power is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall destroy them. You were in need, if those were the true people of the scriptures, return to their land, they would not have to turn to the United States for help. They would not be worried about no other nation doing nothing to them. 28. Israel then shall dwell safely alone. There you go. Israel then shall dwell safely alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also, his heaven shall drop down dew. Happy art thee, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord. O people saved by the Lord. The shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee. Right now, Israel look like they the liars. They crying, they got Iran got this new missile that they started shooting out, right? Which is crazy. It's a missile, but then in the back casing open up like this or fall apart like this, then a bunch of little baby explosives come out. And so they crying about Iran using it, but they was just bragging when they was using them same missiles on Gaza. Because Gaza didn't have no military. Gaza didn't have no missiles. Gaza couldn't, the Palestinians couldn't fight back the way Iran is fighting back. So they was doing whatever they just slaughtered them people over there. But now, when they getting done, the same thing being done to them, they crying foul. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord. The shield of thy help, not an iron dome, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. And it's crazy, right? So now, how MAGA feeling now about this situation? They got their boy Trump back in there, and so I had a kind of trying to discuss politics with dudes in the world. They lost. They gonna either be ready to fall on their sword for the Republican Party or fall on their sword for the Democrat Party. They both wicked. They both wicked. They both liars. They both be bullshitting. They both crooks. They both be robbing. They both be doing siding with these lobbyists and all of that against the people. They both controlled by the rulers of this place, man. They both sides is controlled. Oh, this side doing this, that side, they both doing shit. They both doing shit. So trying to have a conversation is really fruitless. It's fruitless. It ain't gonna solve nothing. Isaiah 12 and 1. Let's go there. It's not gonna solve nothing. Word. I had to sit back and say, oh, if Kamala Harris had got in there, man, Kamala Harris was gonna be nothing but a straight. Donald Trump stranger. Kamala Harris wasn't gonna be nothing but a puppet. Period. She slept her way over there in California, slept her way up through the ranks, got up there. She's a fucking bird brain. Isaiah chapter 12 and 1. And in that day thou shalt say, O Lord, I will praise thee. Though thou wast angry with me, thine anger is turned away, and thou comfortest me. Behold, The Most High is my salvation. No, United States gonna save us. United States and Britain gonna save us. And a lot of these countries is turning against them, man. They said, I think Trump went to one of them countries, Spain, or one of them countries he went to over there. And normally, you know, you get greeted and all of that, and it's a big deal. Was nobody there to meet this guy. Isaiah 12:2, behold, the Most High is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid, for the Lord Yahweh is my strength and my song. He also is become my salvation. Yeah, man. Therefore, with joy shall ye draw water out of the wells of salvation, and in that day shall ye say, praise the Lord, call upon his name, declare his doings among the people, make mention that his name is exalted. Yeah, the name is so important. But even in that right there, it's a contradiction for the Christian church to say, well, them is the people of the Bible, because they not calling on Jesus. No people over there in the Holy Land, they ain't calling on Jesus. And if you really doubt, just look up Google Talmud, Talmud, Google Talmud, and see what it says about Jesus and Mary. You don't believe me? Look it up. So they not calling on Jesus over there. Them people that the church is for the Lord, they not calling on Jesus. But they, so how they y'all want the same goal, but they praying to Hashem or Baal, really Baal, you know what I mean? And you praying to Jesus. Really, you're praying to the same thing. Just don't know it. Just don't know it yet. Let's read the rest of this guy. It's only 2 more. Therefore, with joy shall ye draw water out of the wells of salvation, and in that day shall ye say, praise the Lord. There you go. It's gone. Therefore, with joy shall ye draw water out of the wells of salvation, and in that day shall ye praise the Lord, call upon his name, declare his doings among the people, make mention that his name is exalted, sing unto the Lord, for he hath done excellent things. Sing unto the Lord, for he hath done excellent things. This is known in the whole earth. This is known in all the earth. That's what it said. I changed the word. This is known in all the earth. Cry out and shout, thou inhabitants of Zion, for great is the Holy One of Israel in the midst of thee. Yeah. When the Lord's people is returned over there, I put the that little clip, the little short from last week camp, I put it up on there, right? And the dude came in the comment section and he was like, man, them sound like missiles. I was like, hey man, most people can't see it. You blessed that the Lord gave you the eyesight, to be able to see that. But I said, you know, the church and all of them not teaching that or whatever. The church is not teaching that. The church is not going to teach you that them people over there are not the scriptures, are not the people of the scriptures. Because if the church taught you that, whichever church came out and say that, they not 501c3. They not 501c3. Whoever come out talking, whatever church come out, they charter going to get zapped just like that. Ezekiel, let's get that. Yeah, you know, you sit back, and again, with all of this stuff going on like this, the comfort is in the scriptures, man. The comfort is in the scriptures, so you understand what you see taking place. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that. Romans 15:4. What for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of scriptures might have hope. Yeah. So again, going back to all of the things that we see taking place, all of the things and this and this and that, we understand with the understanding, the knowledge of the scriptures, we understand what's going on, what's going to come, what's going to take place according to biblical prophecy. What's that? First Peter. Behold this. It's another one of First Peter, right? Yeah, here you go. 19. Second Peter. I thought it was First Peter. Second Peter chapter 1 and 19. For we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star rise in your heart, that understanding. Knowing this, first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation, for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of the Most High spoke, as they were moved by the Rakakwadash, the Holy Spirit, man. So we have a more sure word of prophecy, more sure than what the church is telling you. The church is telling you kumbaya and prosperity doctrine. Just like we knew when you seen all of the TikTok videos and the women dancing and happy and all this, doing good, the soldiers and all of this and this and this and that. We understood in the back of our minds that, yeah, you might be dancing and laughing for right now, but prophecy tell us that you're going to go, World War III is in the scriptures. It's all over the scriptures. War is all over the scriptures. It's going to happen. Not if, but when. So we understand that sooner or later, all that dancing and all that happiness and all of that, it's going to turn to sorrow. But back to it. Ezekiel 34 and 25. So just like wars in the prophet in the Bible as a prophecy, a future prophecy, we understand that them people over there, according to the Lord taking his people back, that wasn't fulfilled. Don't say in there that they gonna fly back on iron ships or they gonna fly back on planes. No, the Lord's gonna gather them and bring them back, man. And once they get there, they're gonna dwell safely. Isaiah 34 and Ezekiel 34 and 25. That's where I want to go to. Let's start at 23. 22. Therefore will I save my flock. See, there it go right there. Therefore will I save my flock, and they shall no more be a prey. And I will judge between cattle and cattle, and I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my shepherd David. He shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. Look at not a Jew. Ain't not a Jew over there. This head done flown out and done left the country. He ain't even there no more. He done flown out of there. His son living in Miami in a condo in Miami. And that don't sound like nobody confident and comfortable that ain't nothing going to take place over there in the Holy Land. That, oh, we know we had a right to be here. We ain't got nothing to worry about. No, he on here. His son ain't even there. His wife ain't even there. He ain't even there. And the Lord will be their power, and my servant David a prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken it, and I will make with them a covenant of peace, and will cause the evil beast to cease out of the land, and they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. And they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. And I will make them and the places round about my hill a blessing, and I will cause the shower to come down in his season. There shall be showers of blessing. And the tree of the field shall yield her fruit, and the earth shall yield her increase. They had to transport things over there because things wouldn't grow over there. I forget the name of it, what it's called. I forget the name of it. But they had to bring in stuff to plant trees and bushes and this, because things wasn't growing over there. And the tree of the field shall yield her fruit, Ezekiel 34:7. And the tree of the field shall yield her fruit, and the earth shall yield her increase, and they shall be safe, in their land, and shall know that I am the Lord when I have broken the bands of their yoke, and delivered them out of the hand of those that serve themselves of them. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beasts of the land devour them, but they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid. And they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid. I told you, according to the scriptures, according to biblical prophecy, that's why they don't follow the Bible. They follow the Talmud. Because according to biblical prophecy say that they the strangers over there, they Edomites over there in the land. They the tribe of Amalek over there. No, they not Japhet. They are Edomites. Jacob and Esau, they are the descendants of Esau over there. Of the tribe of Amalek. Let's get that. A couple more of them people not being us. Talk about the biggest case of identity fraud ever. The biggest case of identity fraud ever being perpetrated. He covered the faces of the judges. Ezekiel 3 and 12, Zephaniah 3 and 12. I will also leave in the deep and afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity. You got the big Mo parade going on over there. You got that big Mo parade going over there. They doing all kind of the why does a rabbi, you see the little news article, why does a rabbi own Pornhub? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, these people that it's plain as day, man. And they afflicted how they afflicted. You can't say nothing about them. You can't say nothing about them, and they could do wrong. They could be doing all the wrong in the world, but still they got the American military behind them. And the people of the land we can't even say nothing. Americans can't even say nothing about it. And then they just yesterday they just voted to get them 151 billion in weapons. They just without even Department of the Army, without even Congress voting and all of that, said just agreed to get them all of these weapons. Seen it in the military times. They just said they're going to give them all these weapons. Zephaniah chapter 3 and 13. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. Oh, you know they good with the lies. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. And none shall make them afraid. So when the real Israelites stand up and the Lord gather them from the four corners and deliver them to their land, right? Israel ain't gonna be concerned with Iran. we not gonna be concerned with Iran. Yup, that's the one I was thinking about too. Zechariah 14. That's the one I was thinking about. Then you can get Isaiah, what's that, 60? Isaiah 60, I think in 18 or something like that. Let's go. Okay, we going to skip over the missile part. We going to go to 13, Isaiah 14, and Zechariah 14 and 13. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor, and Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. And so shall be the plague of the horse, of mule, of the camel, and of the ass, and of all the beasts that shall be in these tents, as this plague. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the feast of tabernacles. Yeah. And it shall be that whosoever will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. Yeah, they're going to be plagues, man. It's going to be biblical plagues on anybody that want to go against the program when the Lord's people are returned to the land. The Lord's people not going to depend on the United States defending them. The Lord's people is not going to have to depend on the Iron Dome and all of this destruction and all of that. It's going to be biblical plagues. Biblical plagues, and they're going to get beat. They're going to get beat. The rash. Let's get this in 60, right? I said it, Isaiah 60. So they talk this and talk that about us. You black Hebrew Israelites, you this, you black Hebrew Israelites that. Hey man, we know the prophecies of the scriptures. And we could give you scriptures to back up what we're claiming. We could give you the scriptures. Isaiah chapter 60 and 8. Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, the ships of Tarnish first, to bring thy sons from afar, their silver and their gold. We was reading out of Zechariah, right? Their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, not closed off, not our borders closed off, because we scared somebody going to sneak in, a suicide bomber going to sneak in or something like that, or whatever the case. No, because we got the Lord with us. We got the Lord with us. Therefore, thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought for what? For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Yeah. Going back to it, the prophecies don't line up with them being the people of the scriptures. Because when the true people of the Lord, the true people of the Bible, are returned to the Holy Land, to the motherland, to our inheritance, when the true people are given their inheritance, if Iran was the get ballsy and jump, they gonna get wiped off. They ain't gonna be no more. It said right here, for the nation and kingdom, Isaiah 60 and 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. We ain't gonna have to worry about it. They gonna get wasted. They gonna be wiped off the face of the earth. They ain't gonna be around no more. But so now with that being said, you know the next thing though is they know the American people are not with them, right? So just like when the 911 situation happened, and ain't no plane gonna hit no building like that and make the building collapse and melt like it ain't. A plane ain't doing that. So if you still think that was a plane, you need to go. I don't know. If you believe a plane, two planes did that, and then another building that wasn't touched all together did the same thing as the two that was hit by the plane, please, man. But anyway, just like with that situation, after that happened, the American public was behind them. Yeah, we need to go in there in Iraq and we looking for weapons of mass destruction. We looking for weapons of mass. They ain't never found none. Just like they been saying Iran, dude been saying Netin guy been saying for the last 12 years or so that Iran was this close to getting nukes. They ain't got no nukes. They still ain't got no nukes. Just like looking for weapons of mass destruction. But what they gonna do is they gonna find a way, so expect a possible situation where something happened. You just had a bombing in New Jersey, a plant blew up in New Jersey, a plant blew up someplace else, I forget. So don't be surprised if they do something to try to blame it on sleeper cells from Iran so you can get the American public behind the government and behind this war and behind Israel fighting this war. Don't be surprised if that happens. 2 Corinthians, let's go there. Second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah. Because we understand We understand the lengths that they going to go to, what to keep the lie going that they the people of the scriptures, and to use America, the hammer of the whole earth, to do their bidding for them. Because at the end of the day, it's all Edomites. They all Edomites. White. They all Edomites. They all Edomites. All Edomites. Keep getting it. Watching out for the deception of these heads. Proverbs 4:16. Let's start at 10 and read down. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou liest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction, let her not go, keep her, for she is thy life. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not. Listen to this one. Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Yeah. This is dumb, man. They always plotting on some evil shit, man. They always plotting. They always plotting. Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Yeah, man. They brag about they sunk a ship, an Iranian ship or whatever. It was a training vessel. It was a training vessel. They didn't have no missiles on it. They was called to over there Sri Lanka, India or whatever for a training mission that everybody else was on or whatever. Yeah, maybe they shouldn't have been at that training mission. What's going on, brother? You know, maybe they shouldn't have been at that training mission or whatever the case may be. But still, they didn't have no weapons, no this and this and that. They sunk it, killed. I think they said it was 100 and I think they said it was 100. Only like 30 people survived. I think it was 120 people. 120, they got 30. 30 survived, 80 bodies. And the rest, but it wasn't no soldiers, wasn't no, you know what I mean? But then they going to spin it with the propaganda, because who owned, like Kanye said, I can't say it, but who owned the news outlets? Who control the news media? The small hats. That's why they not being honest about how many American soldiers done passed away over there so far. They not being honest about that. Even though they done shut down a hospital in Germany that got the contract with them over there in Germany, they done shut it down. The nurse was saying they done shut down the maternity ward and all of that and this and that. Why? Because they don't want nobody really in there to see what they got going on, to see the amount of bodies and this and that they bringing in. And she said they wouldn't do that for 6 bodies. She said they wouldn't even do that for 100 bodies. So they done lost a lot more soldiers than they telling us. Psalms. But that go back to them, man. That's them. Psalm 64. Psalm 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And you notice that the first bodies, the first American soldiers that they did own up to that passed away, it was all Jake. Three so-called black soldiers, 2 chicks and one guy. 3 black soldiers. The first faces that you saw on the TV screen was us. The first 3. And they all look young. They all look like 22, 23, 20 to 23 range. 2 women and 1 dude. Those were the first 3 pictures that you saw on TV screen. Why? Because they trying to get us. They trying to get us like, oh yeah, they trying to get us worked up to support them. Because the draft is coming. Did the a couple of years back, they did the draft where they could draft men and women now. Psalm 64 and 4. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with the arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord and trust in him, and all the upright in their heart shall glory. Yeah. The true people of the scriptures going to trust in the Lord. The true people of the scriptures is not going to put their trust in the Iron Dome, in their bunkers. Shalom, brother. But yeah, so the true people of the scriptures is going to be putting their trust in the Lord, not in Donald Trump, Orange Man. The true people of the Lord not going to be believing and trusting that Donald Trump, he ain't even got America behind him. He got a percentage of America behind him, and that percentage is getting lower daily. The true people of the Lord not going to trust in Donald Trump. Let's get Revelation. They know their time coming to an end, man. They know their time coming to an end. But the reason America is in it too is, one is biblical prophecy. That's one. The Lord said he gonna put his hooks in the jaws of the rulers. The heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. The Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. But the other thing is to keep the facade, keep the lie going longer, man. You know, once it's established that them people is not the true people of the Lord, now what? Now what? Now that's America gotta own up to the fact that, oh, we took the true people of the Lord, of the Bible, We had them in slavery over here. Um Indian removal act, the true people of the Lord, the northern kingdom of the true people. We had them people over here, and we did that to them. So that's why they got to keep the lie going, man. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. He know his time is up, man. He know his time is up. He know it. He know his time is coming to an end. So they're going to try to bomb anybody. They're going to try to do any kind of tricks. They're going to do whatever they can to keep it going. Keep they that's the whole purpose of the chip, the MOTB. You know what I'm saying? Because they know the money, the especially if they gonna have the money is called the petrodollar. So you need petroleum, you need petrol, you need gas to back up the petrodollar. So if you turn in all of the countries that got the gas and all of this and the oil and everything, against the United States, that's going to affect the power of the currency of the petrodollar. So then now they're going to do away with, they're going to come up with the digital money. They're going to do away with the dollar. They're going to come up with the digital money. And then sooner or later, they're going to tie the digital money to, yo, you got credits now. Just like they always showed in Demolition Man. Digital credit, digital credit. Train coming. Let me get some water. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, that was a quick Amtrak joint. Isaiah 14:4. The fall of Babylon's king. That going back to it, they know they have but a short time. To the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled. They know sooner or later their time is going to be up. They understand that. Isaiah 14:4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Yeah, man. The Lord coming back to get them. The Lord coming back to get them, man. Where's the Messiah? Stick that. 6. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand, learn, ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of the nations. For power is given you of the Lord. See? For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest. Who shall try your works and search out your counsel? Who shall try your works and search out your counsels? Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged the right, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the Most High. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you. For A sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. Who in the highest of the high places? The so-called untouchable small hatters. You can't say nothing about them. They actually get in Section 8 in a whole town in Lakewood, New Jersey. They got a whole town where they married, but they not acknowledging that they married. So that the wife is getting Section 8 and food stamps, and the Section 8 is paying the mortgage for multi-million-dollar homes. Look it up. Look up the homes over there in Lakewood. And it says Section 8 on the listing. A dude was doing a video, and he was showing that the homes in Lakewood, it'll say $999,000, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, Section 8 payment, boop, 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 boop. Because the whole town is small hats. The whole town. But you can't say, oh, but they on the Somalians out there. They on them. They want to deport them. They want to kick them out. They want to cut it off. They done stop this. They done stop that. Ain't nobody going to stop that Section 8 going on in Lakewood. They ain't going to dare touch that. Just like them small hats that was in them tunnels underground and stuff. With the bloody mattresses and all of that. What happened to that? Ain't nobody going to do no investigation on that. They ain't going to say nothing about that. Horribly, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and 5. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented. For he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness, for he hath made the small and great, and care for all alike. But a sore trial shall come upon the mightily. Unto you therefore, O kings, do I speak, that ye may learn wisdom and not fall away. Yeah. Let's keep reading. For they that keep holiness holy shall be judged holy, and they that have learned such things shall find what to answer. Wherefore set your affection upon my words, desire them, and ye shall be instructed. Yeah, they not going by the Bible. Them people over there follow the Talmud. That's what they follow. The Talmud is crazy, man. The Talmud is crazy. Talmud say you could marry a girl at 3 years old. 3, 5, something like that. That's what the Talmud say. Talmud is crazy, man. It's crazy. And you could tell, like, ain't no Christian pastor never even looked into it, because you wouldn't even be able to support them people. Not in the least bit. Let's go. God dwells safely. Got the false flag. Dry bones. Let's get that. Let's go to the dry bones. Because them people come, they come, what's the word? Converted. There you go. I know it was something called. They converted to follow, to claiming to be the people of the Bible. They know they not. They converted. Originally under John Hyrcanus, they converted, and then I think it was 1860, I want to say, or whatever. They converted. They know they not the people of the scriptures. Yeah, there was some people that was taught, but that don't make you an Israelite. No, it's not here. It said Second Kings. Yeah, it's First Kings. I thought it was second and First Kings then. It's not. I know it's 17. That's right the first time. Here you go, right here. Let's go. Strangers inhabit Samaria. Second Kings chapter 17 and 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Qatar and from Amath and from Sepharvaim and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them. Wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying, the nation which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of the God of the land. Therefore he hath sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the power of the land. Then the king of Assyria commanded, saying, carry thither one of the priests whom ye brought from thence, and let them go and dwell there, and let them teach them the manner of the power of the land. Then one of the priests whom they had carried away, that was of Israel, then one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and dwelt in Bethel and taught them how they should fear the Lord. Yeah. So it's always been people that knew the customs and might have been taught the customs or whatever. That don't make you an Israelite. It's same thing, nothing new under the sun. The same thing now. You might know. You might even be in possession of the land. That don't make you an Israelite. They was living in the houses that used to be possessed by the Israelites back then too. That don't make them Israelites. That don't make them Israelites. There was another one I just had in my mind. I started babbling again. Oh, Matthew. Matthew chapter 10 and 5. These Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not unto the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. We just read that. Why he would say that? Because the Israel was ran out of there, was sent into captivity. So in Samaria, the king of Assyria had all these different other people and put them in there, and then had a priest go in there and show them how they should live so they wouldn't get hit with no more plagues. So it explains why he say this right, why Yahushua is saying this right here. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the Lord's sheep, go rather to the Lord's sheep of the house of Israel. Yeah. It all makes sense, because they've been doing that forever. Where is that, man? I got a couple of them scriptures right there. had it. Yeah, let's go. Let's start. Yeah, let's go back to the dry bones. I was about to get into that. Let's get into the dry bones. Ezekiel 37. The Lord's sheep. Go to the Lord's sheep. Lost in the sense that they not in the land no more. They not in the land no more. Physically they lost and mentally they lost. They don't even have a clue. My people doth not consider, man. They don't consider. They still under the haze, the fog, the cloud, the darkness that them people over there, the imposters, are the people of the scriptures. Ezekiel 37:1. The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, power, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into, I was saying up, the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house. That's why he had to read the whole thing, so you could get the understanding of it. Dead, laying down in their grave, don't know who we are. That understanding, that breath of understanding start coming back on us. We start remembering who we was and all of that. And then 11, then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you unto the land of Israel. There you go again. The Lord, when you remember, finally get it, and elect is sealed and all that, the Lord going to take us back to our land. The Lord going to take us back. And ye shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. And I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it. Thus saith the Lord. Yeah, the Lord gonna take us back to our own place. But back to that understanding, being what's that? Proverbs, right? 21:16. Like I said, man, we could prove it. We could prove it with the scriptures. We could prove everything we saying with the scriptures. Everything, every thought, we could prove it with the scriptures. Go on the scriptures and be like, see, look, this don't match up. Don't this look like what you seeing right now? Let's go Proverbs 21:15. It is joy to the just to do judgment. It is joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So going back to it, if you don't get that understanding, you gonna remain dry bones to the kingdom. See you in the kingdom. See you in the kingdom. Your mind will be right when the Lord put a new heart inside us where we can't go off. Scripture's gonna be engraven inside of us, so we not gonna be able to go off. So therefore, we ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. The Lord gonna have us, cause we ain't gonna be able to go off. Yeah, let's get that Deuteronomy. We don't have to worry about nothing. We good if we good, but that's the thing though. The reason we gotta worry, the reason we dealing with it is because we broke the covenant. We broke the agreement. Israel shall be scattered. '62. Deuteronomy 28:62. And ye shall be left few in numbers, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not of the Lord thy power. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoice over you to do you good and multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. And that goes to show you that ain't nobody gonna be safe. Yeah, there's some Israelites over there, sprinkled in with the small hats. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know they're Israelites. They thinking they Israelis. So it's gonna be some Israelites sprinkled over there. But nobody gonna be safe there until the Lord return his people to the land. That's the point. Nobody gonna be safe. Nobody gonna dwell safely over there until it's of the Lord. In the morning, 28:67. In the morning thou shalt say, would the Most High it were even, and at evening thou shalt say, would the Most High if it were morning. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Yeah, they never was brought nowhere by ships. They never was brought into bondage by ships. Who was brought into bondage by ships? But again, that go back to understanding. That go back to circling back to the understanding. Them dry bones. You gotta understand this, man. You gotta understand that they not the people of the scriptures. If not, you still in the congregation of the day. Exodus 20 and 2. Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Out of the house of bondage. Yeah. Synonymous with bondage, man. Let's get that one. Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Yeah. Perversion and bondage. Perversion and bondage. So me, I was a dry bone at one time. I had no clue or nothing in the scriptures. I had no understanding of these things in the scriptures. I had no understanding that them people wasn't the people of the scriptures. I had no understanding of what the MOTB was and the device that they talk about going to put it in everybody sooner or later, whatever. But the dollar got to fall first. The petrodollar got to come down so low, be so devalued that they gonna have a need to come out with a new currency, and that new currency is gonna be backed by something. It ain't gonna be backed by gold. What is it gonna be backed by? It's gonna be back. It's gonna be probably backed by actions and credit and your social credit score, and it's gonna be backed by something. It ain't gonna be backed by oil no more. Even the oil is running out. They even said that the oil is run sooner or later. It ain't gonna be but so much oil in the ground that you can dig out, suck out, and put in cars to make run. That's why they trying to go to another reason they try to push electric cars too. Because sooner or later they know these things. But their time is running out. Their time is running out. Let's get back to it. Let's get this. Maccabees. I want to get that Maccabees. Back to it. Understanding the dry bones, understanding that these people it's always been people around trying to take our birthright, trying to own our birthright, trying to take possession of our birthright. Always been that. It's always been people trying to follow the customs and not get hit with the plague. You read that in 2 Kings. It's always been that. Maccabees, First Maccabees 3 and 48. Most people, they ain't thinking about the scripture. They don't think about the scriptures. They don't think about God till they get in the bind. Then they pray. When they ass is in a bind, jammed up, then they worried about it. Let's go. Let's go First Maccabees chapter 3. Let's start at 43. They said one to another, let us restore the decayed state of our people, and let us fight for our people and the sanctuary. Then was the congregation gathered together, that they might be ready for battle, and that they might pray and ask mercy and compassion. Now Jerusalem lay void as a wilderness. There was none of her children that went in or out. The sanctuary also was trodden down, and aliens kept the stronghold. The heathen had their habitation in that place. And joy was taken from Jacob, and the pipe with the harp ceased. Wherefore the Israelites assembled themselves. Oh, why? Where did it say they called themselves Israelites at? Here go another spot right here. For the Israelites assembled themselves together and came to Maspha over against Jerusalem, for in Maspha was the place where they prayed aforetime in Israel. Then they fasted that day and put on sackcloth and cast ashes upon their heads and rent their clothes and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likenesses of their images. Yeah. So you always had people trying to assume that they was the people of the Lord. Always had that. You always had that. It's all over the scriptures. Them trying to fake it. Trying to claim that they the people of the Lord. Where's it at? Let's go. It's another one. Yeah, it's in Maccabees 2, I think in the 6. Let's see. I'm in First Maccabees. Let's go to 6. Must be Second Maccabees 6. Yeah, there you go. Going back to dry bones, how Israel ended up not knowing that they Israel, and other heads chilling in the temple, doing what they want to do in the temple, right? Second Maccabees 6:1. Not long after this, the king sent the old man to Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of the Most High, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter, Olympus, and that in garrison of Jupiter, defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwell in the place. The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles who dallied with harlots and had to do with other women within the circuit of the holy places. And besides that, brought in things that were unlawful. The altar also was profane, was filled with profane things, which the Lord forbid. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. They go back to how you end up being dry bones, not knowing who you was. You know, your parents was told you can't even claim to be a Jew or this or this or that. So they children was brought up. They had children. They children brought up from little kids, not knowing they Israelites, not knowing that they, you know what they following the customs of this wild shit they see going on. And in the day of the king's birth, 2 Maccabees 6:7. And in the day of the king's birth every month, they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, The Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivory. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices, and whosoever would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death. Then might a man have seen the present misery. See? So not only was they not able, they was forced to follow. So you go in there, you see, we was reading, they go in there, and you see they done changed the images and this and that, and you was forced to follow them practices. You was forced. The same thing now. Same thing now. You was brought over on the slave ship and beat Christianity was beat into you, man. Was beat into you. Let's get another spot where they say the same thing. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Who done changed you? You got the Russian icons. They ain't not Russian, they Israelite icons. But anyway, Russia got the original arts before they was the Renaissance era. When they did what? When they painted the picture, the likeness of they images over the Lord's people. They covered the faces of the judges. Putin still got the original pictures over there. You go over there. I remember I was over here the one time, and the Russian dude, little Russian dude walked up out of nowhere and talk about, yeah, I know over there in my country, I know the faces look like yours. The Russian dude thing, I remember that. Like a year ago, a year and a half ago, whatever. Let's keep getting it. Let's go. Wisdom of Solomon. Let's get another one. Wisdom of Solomon. So we showing different spots. We showing different spots where they done changed, they done changed, remixed it. They done remixed it. Let's go. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14. I was reading this one the other night. I was like, yeah, gotta get this one. Wisdom of Solomon 14:8, right? Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 14:8. But that which is made with hands is cursed, as well as he that made it. He because he made it, and it because being corruptible, it was called God. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High. And we was reading about how they was changing up everything in the temples, in the place of worship, painting their images. They was bringing in all kind of abominations and all kind of unlawful things. You done read that, right? Changing it to Olympus and all of these other strange shits, right? I think Acts 19. I wrote that one down too. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are hateful to the Most High. For that which is made shall be punished, together with him that made it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by the vainglory of men they entered into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. For a father afflicted with an untimely mourning, when he hath made an image of his son soon taken away, now honor him as a God, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. So that go back to the situation with the Pope. That's the same thing. The same thing with the Pope, the sixth Pope over there in Pope Alexander. That's his name. And you get the Borgia family, Serge Borgia, and he passed away, old weirdo ass. And then the next thing you know, he the spitting image of white boy Jesus. All this is nothing new under the sun. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he hath made an image of his son, of his child soon taken away, now honored him as a God, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus, in the process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law, and graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings. Yeah, we read that the king told you had to follow the customs of the heathen. If you didn't follow the customs of the Gentiles, you was going to be put to death. Got that? Boom, 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 boom. Yep, that axe right there. Axe right there. But that all go back to the congregation of the dead, them dry bones, not knowing, not understanding what's going on. Acts chapter 19. Acts 19 and 24. For a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana, brought no small gain unto the craftsmen. They was getting paid. Whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation, and said, Sirs, we know that by this craft we have our wealth. Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone in Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia, this Paul hath persuaded and turned away much people, saying that they be no gods which are made with hands. So that not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, but also the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worshipeth. And when they heard these sayings, they were full of wrath, and cried out, saying, Great is Diana of Ephesus. Yeah, man. So this was another one of the gods that they created or whatever, in the image and in the likeness of the heathen that was in charge. And just like now, you got these heathen over there proclaiming to be us when they're not the people of the scriptures. That's why they getting their butts kicked over there right now. That's why they all in the airport with their little rolling little suitcases, running scared, trying to flee the Holy Land. Because it's not of the Lord. Let's get this. Let's get that Judith. We're going to get some of these, and we're going to close out a little bit. Let's go Judith. Judah chapter 5 and 18, Judah 5 and 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captive into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their power was cast to the ground. We read that, right? And their cities were taken by the enemies. We read that. But now are they returned to their power and are come up from the places where they were scattered. We read that they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in a hill country, for it is desolate. For it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity with their nation, let their Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. Going back to it, like I said, we know that through prophecy, that if the true people of the Lord was returned there of the Lord and was following the laws and the customs and following the scriptures according to what they were supposed to be doing, they wouldn't have to fear nothing. They'd be good. They wouldn't have to fear nothing. They in good case. We understand that. We know that. We know that they wouldn't have to worry about nothing. But again, they not following the Bible. They following the Talmud. And God is beyond. But all. That's their God. That's who they praying to. But all. They not praying to the God of the scriptures. Matthew 10 and 29. Yeah. Are not two sparrows sold, red letter, Yahweh Shai speaking. Are not two sparrows sold for falling, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? But the very hairs on your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. But the very hairs on your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore ye are of more value than many sparrows. Yeah, man. The Lord's people are not gonna have to fear, man, when it's time. When it's time to be returned to the land over there, we are not gonna have to fear, man. We not gonna be running. The Lord people ain't gonna be in the airport running scared because missiles gonna kill us. We ain't gonna be the situation. And if you think that's gonna be happening in the kingdom of the Lord, you don't know the Bible. Let's go Isaiah 49 and 7. Thus saith the Lord, the Redeemer of Israel, and his Holy One, to him whom man despiseth, to him whom the nations abhorreth, to a servant of rulers, kings shall see and arise, princes also shall worship, because the Lord that is faithful and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose thee. Thus saith the Lord, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee, and I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, to cause to inherit the desolate heritages. Yeah. That thou mayest say to the prisoners, go forth, to them that are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastors shall be in all high places. They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall they heat nor sun smite them. They getting sunburn over there, sun cancer, skin cancer rather. For he hath mercy on them, shall lead them, even by the springs of water shall he guide them. And I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted. Behold, these shall come from far and low, these from the north and from the west, and these from the land of Shinnom. Sing, O heavens, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains, for the Lord hath comforted his people, and he will have mercy upon his afflicted. But Zion said, the Lord hath forsaken me, and my Lord hath forgotten me. Can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me. Thy children shall make haste, thy destroyers, and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee. Yeah. So again, the Lord, when the true people of the Bible is returned to the land, they're going to dwell safely, man. They're going to dwell safely. So with that one, man, I'm going to close out, man. Close out. We got them all. Yeah. Let's get that Jeremiah. Let's get one more. Jeremiah, what's that? 31:26. Jeremiah 31 and let's start at 23. Jeremiah 31 and 23. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, as yet they shall use this speech in the land of Judah and in the cities thereof, when I shall bring again their captivity. The Lord bless thee, O inhabitants of justice and the mountains of holiness. And there shall dwell in Judah itself and in all the cities thereof together husbandmen, and they that go forth with flocks. For I have satiated the weary soul, and have replenished every sorrowful soul. Upon this I awakened and beheld, and my sleep was sweet unto me. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beasts. And it shall come to pass that, like as I have watched over them to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith the Lord. In those days they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But every one shall die for his iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Yeah, this is when the Lord returns. The Lord is going to be the one to set us right, man. So again, Wad, I appreciate y'all checking in with me, and know that the reason all of this happening is because they not the people of the Bible. Period. Point blank. They not going to be at rest over there, at peace, till the true people of the Bible return. So with that one, I'm going to say all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Salute to the men out there teaching the fullness of the scriptures in these times, to the hopeful elect scattered abroad, unlike unto a speckled bird, tabernacle of King David. I look forward to your rulership in the kingdom to come. To the remnant, men, women, children, remain spiritual out there. Shalom, Israel, shalom.